You're listening to Life, Liberty, Happiness, and now we're joined by Tyler Pennell. He is, in my view, a TikTok legend. For me, I watch every week the paint scheme breakdown. So, Tyler, tell us a little bit about you, where you're from, and where you grew up.
Well, I'm originally from upstate New York, a little town by Syracuse. But when I graduated from high school, my family moved to Florida, so that's where I'm at now. Yeah.
So, have you always been a NASCAR fan, or how did NASCAR kind of come about?
It was since birth. My dad's a big fan. His dad was a big fan. Actually, when I was in my mother's stomach, they actually went to the Daytona race, the first truck race at Daytona when Jeff Bodine went through the catch fence.
Oh yeah.
So I guess that was my first array into racing.
Before
I was even born.
Tyler, this is Trent. I work with Brian here. You mentioned upstate New York, and your parents went down to Florida. So were you guys Jeff Bodine fans?
I wouldn't say that. I mean, I don't know. My dad's always kind of been the type, just like me, where I wouldn't say I really have like a favorite. I have a couple guys that, I wouldn't mind if this guy wins, but it's more so like, fuck this guy. I don't want him to win.
What's weird? Let me ask you this. In that vein, did you used to, like, for me, I couldn't stand Kyle Busch. I hated him for 20 years. And now, for some reason, he switches cars, and I kind of dig him now. Do you have anybody like that too?
Well, actually, yeah, same deal with that. I always wasn't much of a fan of Kyle Busch, but, he got screwed over by Joe Gibbs. That was a fucked up deal.
Yeah.
Amen.
So, and he leaves Toyota, goes to a Chevy. Oh, all of a sudden now everyone likes him.
Yeah.
So
how did the TikTok stuff come along? How did you get into all of that?
Well, it really started as, I just kind of noticed that, like, NASCAR kind of doesn't do a great job of really posting a lot of the stuff that goes on. You end up missing a lot of interviews, a lot of onboards and whatnot that, you scroll through Twitter, they're all over the place, but a lot of the fan base isn't on Twitter. That's so true. It really started out as just, oh, okay, this is a cool onboard. Like for example, the Corey LaJoie onboard. It took Fox, 10 minutes to even show a replay of Corey LaJoie going sideways across the finish line. But Twitter has an onboard cam of him in 5 minutes.
Exactly.
So it's like, what are we doing? So it kind of started with that. And then, as far as like the paint scheme reviews go, I had to give 100% credit to my girlfriend, actually, because she was never much of a race car fan, but if you're with me, then you're going to have to know a little something about it. And so I always kind of, every week I'd say, hey, let's look at the new paint schemes and see what you think. And she said, you should really make this into a series. And I said, I don't know if people are going to want to watch that, but I guess they do.
Man, every Wednesday.
It's like Brian, we pass them to each other. We still know that we have the same algorithm. Like, he might see it before I do, so we inbox it to each other just as soon as we see one of them. They're hilarious.
Yeah, I try. I'm just being me.
Hey, when did you realize people started watching it? How did you know it started kind of taking off?
Well, so I did a couple of them last year. I kind of did them on and off, and I wasn't like as animated as I am now, so they didn't really do much. And then this season, my buddy was actually, a couple days before the 500, he said, hey man, when are you going to do your paint scheme review? I said, man, nobody watches that shit. I said, I'm not even going to bother, dude. That takes so much time. What's the point? But then that Saturday when the Xfinity race was supposed to go and it got rained out, I was supposed to go that day and I wasn't doing nothing. So I said, you know what, whatever, I'll put one together. And it got like 500,000 views. So I said, well, I guess people want to see this.
Oh, man, I can't wait for it. Now, I must say that I have a favorite driver, and every week I'm always like, I hope he can get better scores. Now I have a driver that nobody likes, and that's Joey Logano.
Dude,
so every
that
week,
laugh. When he does the laugh, that is.
Oh God.
Well, I don't know. I don't even really mind Joey that much, but it's just I can't stand when he does those Xfinity races.
Yeah.
Oh God, he just spends the whole coverage just laughing the whole time. It really just turns me off to the guy.
I literally chuckle every week because I've watched enough of them to know that's why you do it. But now you don't even say that's why you do it. You just do it. And I just can't wait for 22 to show up and you go,
dude.
Yeah.
6.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's 6. Yeah. 5 or 6 every week.
I know. And I'm just waiting for the chance that he gets a badass paint scheme where he can get over it and he at least gets up to 7.
Well, maybe. Well, I guess we'll see.
How cool was it, though, when you've done some of this and you see, like, you do the Mr. Busher thing and people on Twitter are making comments like that now? Like, you actually are having an influence on other people's tweets.
Oh, I mean, that's great. I mean, I was freaking out when RFK, they liked my post, they commented, they followed, and then they're tweeting stuff out.
That's awesome.
Mean, I just, I don't even know, what to say. I mean, that's just crazy. I'm just an asshole making some videos, you know?
Hey, what do you do for a living? What do you do in Florida?
I'm actually a painter for the local school board here. So I just go around the schools, painting walls, painting whatever needs to be painted.
Coming up with ideas for paint schemes. One day they'll let you do
it. Yeah, no doubt.
That's awesome. Now, Brian probably doesn't know this, but I was going to ask you, because one of the cool things I like about your TikToks is you find clips, like you mentioned LaJoy up on the side, and like that would have been, I mean, it was almost the end of the race before Fox even noticed that he was up on the side. But you had the in-car video of it. But on my way down here, I was listening to what you did with Eric Jones. Man, that crash yesterday. Yeah. Did you not have that eerie feeling?
Yes, it was terrible.
It was, I mean, and then they interview him and he acts like no big deal. We'll just dude, you got to listen to the in-car. It was scary. Like Tyler posted that today and I was like, man, that is what you would have expected to hear. Whew. Where do you find that stuff?
There's a guy on Twitter. I can't think of what his name is. I think it's Andrew Basso or something. And all those in-cars you can get right on the NASCAR app. You just have to be watching them. Or you can go back through and, he clips them or whatever. But he clips them and puts them up. And I snag them and put them on TikTok.
I don't have to look for anybody. I just go to, your handle was at Nascar Tyler. That's all I do now.
Yeah.
I just wait for you to post it.
I'm glad.
Well, I got to know one thing. Did you come up with the nickname Fast Pasta?
I did not come up with Fast Pasta.
That is funny.
I laughed my head off.
It was a common thing. He actually has shirts and stuff that say Fast Pasta on it. Dude. So I didn't. Yeah, I thought that was a known thing, but I guess not.
It is now that you've said it.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess I made it a thing.
Man, last week, one of the things that made me laugh out loud was when I guess Denny Hamlin didn't have a paint scheme and he wasn't on NASCAR site. And you mentioned, so I'm just going to comment on his face. And you gave him a 4.
Yeah. Oh, nobody likes Denny Hamlin.
Amen. Come on. Yes.
That's awesome. Oh, and then he talked about Chase Briscoe. And he said, I really don't have anything to say about the car, but I heard his wife is pregnant, so congratulations on the sex.
Yeah. Well, Bubba's going to get that treatment this week.
Uh-oh.
Because his wife's pregnant.
Oh, wow.
Be ready for that, yeah.
Oh, man, I get disappointed, too, because I guess which one you're going to make the car of the week. And I never get it right.
Never get it right.
No. But the one last week that I thought should have been the car of the week, the paint scheme, was the one that won. Tyler Reddick's car. Those Michael Jordan cars.
Yeah.
Those things look freaking awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty good looking. Yeah, it looked good winning.
Yeah.
That is true.
But,
All right. Well, we appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to talk with us today. One thing we always ask our guests is if you could pick anybody in history to hang out with for 24 hours, who would it be and where would you hang out with them?
oh boy,
Loaded
man,
question.
put me on the spot on that one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh boy, huh? Well, let me say a funny one. I'd like to hang out with Brian France in at a bar or something because he used to throw down pretty good. He'd throw down and then proceed to come up with some asinine idea to screw NASCAR. So
Exactly.
yeah, I'd say Brian France.
Well, I appreciate it, Tyler. Have a good week, and we can't wait to hear your paint schemes this week.